All right. Now, where'd Kriss go? Come back, Kriss.
Hey.
There. I was like, why?
Hey. Yeah. So, we were just talking beforehand, we were talking about how we think Fantastic Four is going to be good. Well, the other thing that Marvel has out right now is Ironheart reviews are in. The first 3 episodes of... Why is that doing that? Hold on a second. Sorry. Hold on, everybody. Saucy.
You got to cut this part out.
No, I can't. It's live. The first 3 episodes of Marvel Studios' Ironheart series are up now on Disney Plus. The critics' reviews held back until the launch tonight. They've been coming in steady for 2 hours as of time of publication, and the result in the series launching to 69% from 29 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, along with a decidedly mixed 58 over 100. On the latter, it's the worst launch of the MCU on the streamer, behind 62 out of 100 for Echo and the mid-60s, low 70s of most MCU Disney Plus shows, including The Falcon and Winter Soldier, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, Hawkeye, Daredevil, Born Again, Moonlight, and Loki. The series follows Riri Williams, first introduced in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and she becomes entangled with the Hood, yada, yada, yada. Sampling reviews, even though Ironheart isn't fully equipped to wrestle with the ethical arguments it introduces, the show's accessible approach still makes room for generalized lessons to sink in. Despite the clumsy plot and distracted finale, the warmth I felt for the 4-episode filling of this television sandwich was real. If you're still hanging on with Marvel, this isn't the one that's going to make you give up. It's a respectable piece of work, but it's not going to revive anyone's flagging interest. I think I'm on. So far, that's where I land. Is exactly what he just said. Ironheart is a compelling story about the limitations of genius, whether to overcome lack of money or bend laws, the universe like death. It also a lot of stories at the same time, none of which is focused or affecting. Just a lot of mixed stuff. But Kriss, did you get a chance to see this show yet?
Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes last night.
Okay. And so before I give you my thoughts, what were your thoughts on the series thus far?
It's okay. I'm not sold yet. And I do think that one review really sums this up succinctly of you are introduced to a lot of kind of heady ethical issues. Is AI alive? Is AI a good coping or acceptable coping mechanism for grief? How privilege and funding plays into scientific progress. And then you have, the old chestnut of robbing from the rich and all of those kinds of things, especially if they are disenfranchising and gentrifying neighborhoods. But we're just seeing so much of the heist aspect of this show. I'm not seeing a lot of the hero part of this show. I'm not hearing anything that goes back to Riri's thesis here of I want to protect people. I want to protect the people I love. I'm not seeing a lot of that. And maybe that happens in the next 3 episodes. Maybe I see more of that heroic step forward. But so far, I'm not. I do like her relationship with Natalie. I find that very compelling.
Yeah.
But I just... Overall, I like that this feels different in the same way that I like that Thunderbolts feels different, right? That feels very A24. This feels very like leaning into the chai, but I want more of that.
Yeah, the show is the other thing is that if you can't, as we talked about, you can't win when you're talking to people. Like you say, the show's fine, and they go, "Okay, is that a paid review?" It's like, yes, Disney paid me to say that I thought it was just fine. And that the crew doesn't work very well. I think she's really good. I think her relationship with Natalie is good. There's some things. It takes a while to get going. And then finally in the 3rd episode is not bad. That's exactly what Disney wants to hear. They want to hear that it takes a while for their show to get going. And they want to hear that it's fine at best.
If I was paid by Disney, they'd be letting me go to those parks. I'm blacklisted till August. All right. Let me in, Howard.
That should have been me. So the thing that I think really does work is the performance that she puts on as Riri. But I stand by it. Clearly, this decision was made to have this show back in 2022 when they were giving shows to everyone and they were doing quantity over quality. And I think that there's at this time, this is not the show that you would greenlight. It's just not, because it's not a terrible show. It's not terrible. There's like, as far as like, I think like, and after rewatching She-Hulk, I think She-Hulk's a terrible show. I think Secret Invasion is a terrible show. I don't think this show's terrible. I think it's similar to, I think maybe Echo's boring, but it's not terrible. But it's not terrible. This show, to me, it's like, I want to see where a story goes. I'm curious to see where the story goes. I don't like, please, the crew though. The crew is not delivering on what they wanted to. The one I was it clown or something is the one namer the member of the clown
who does like the
Oh,
explosions and stuff.
the jokes are just landing like a fish out of right on the floor. Like not I don't think I laughed at one joke. Bad, right? Did you feel otherwise?
I didn't enjoy
No,
her very
no,
much.
true.
Um,
Wasn't funny. But I
a
thought
lot of the jokes in this, I feel like, don't really work.
I love True Classic. That's how I'm going to start this. I have fallen in love with them. I have so many new things, whether it comes to t-shirts, whether it is sweatpants, things I go to the gym for. I love it. I absolutely love them. At True Classic, the mission goes beyond fit and fabric. It's about helping guys show up with confidence and purpose. The gear fits right, it feels amazing, and it's priced so guys everywhere can step into confidence without stepping out of their budget. What really sets them apart, it's not just about the fit or the fabric, it's the intention behind everything that they do. True Classic was built to make an impact, whether it's helping men show up better in their daily lives, giving back to undeserved communities, or making people laugh with ads that don't take themselves too serious. They lead with purpose. So I have been loving True Classic. I got them. I've got a bunch of things that, well, again, like I said, shirts, pants, and I told my wife the other day, I said, I don't know if I want to go anywhere else right now. True Classic. I mean, I'm telling you, I went out to go out with some friends. I was wearing this True Classic t-shirt. They fit really nice. They just they're comfortable. It's good material. I love it. And you don't have to worry about it. Just get rid of the overpriced designer brands. Ditch the disposable fast fashion. True Classic is built for comfort. It's built to last, and it's built to give back. You can grab them anywhere, Target, Costco. You can head to trueclassic.com/Kristian. That's where you really should go, and get hooked up today. You will love it. I have been swearing by it. I'm telling you, this is me telling you straight up. I love this brand. I love True Classic. No, I thought, what's his face? I thought Rampage worked. I thought Eric Andre worked. I wanted to see him more.
I was really disappointed when
Yeah.
it was, oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's it. That's it for him.
He should have been part of the team, and they should have had him be clown. He should have played clown. He
That would have been
should have
fun.
delivered those. Because I don't believe that the Hood's supposed to be this menacing kind of. Well, he's got a lot of issues. He's supposed to be fearful. Well, he ain't hiring well enough for me to be fearful. It's like what does Steve Jobs always say? Steve Jobs is always about who you hire. Like that represents a leader is who you hire.
Way more scared of his cousin.
Yes.
Way more scared of the muscle.
And the cousin was fine, by the way, because the cousin worked too. But when you start playing into like the tracksuit mafia of it all, it plays too silly. So there's those moments that are silly, but the things that do work are Riri's relationship. But this show is not going to do well. It's not going to do well, obviously, with the audience, and it's
Sold.
not.
Thanks for all those glowing reviews.
I know, and it's not.
Jump in right now.
Yeah, right. And it's not going to do well. It's not going to do on the ratings. But watching the show, I'm still and I thought the third episode was the best.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it takes.
What I've heard from other people is that it does get progressively better. But, and then I would caution anyone else to, because I went, I'll go look at, some of the other things that critics are saying and everything. So much got spoiled.
Oh, yeah. I heard a big moment in the finale.
Yeah. I already basically know what happens and have some theories about the other things that were alluded to and not in a very casual way.
Right.
But I keep hearing too that the finale of it does fizzle. I'm still going to watch all 3 of the other episodes so I can decide for myself, but I'm hoping it's more of that progression than a total fade.
We're going to release because I was supposed to release the actual reaction to it with Sam and myself last night. I just weren't able to do it. So actually after this show, we're going to release the reactions to it. And we were both she didn't know I was going to watch it. And I didn't know what to expect from it because like I said, I think that Riri was shoehorned into Black Panther Wakanda Forever to get this show notice in the first place. And I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to I didn't really respond to her character. I don't know if I'm going to respond to the show. And as I'm watching, I'm going, okay, I see what they're doing. Okay, I understand. Okay, you get a little bit more with her and her loss. all right. And then all the way that's kind of her new Jarvis and the way that they made that work, that part of it. I thought Ironreich is pretty good in it too, by the way.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good in it too.
I don't know how I feel about that reveal still.
Right. It was something like that. I didn't necessarily know that was it, but it was something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I was never like, oh my God, like you should get to go back and watch Sam and I watching like She-Hulk. I was just like Sam she put her hand, like, I was surprised she wasn't going to do a Martin Cove and bite me from us watching it. But this we were just like, okay, let's get to it. Let's finish it and move on. Brett, you love this show. Why?
Oh man. Well, because the hype,
the hype got it. Right.
Like you and Kriss, like just building it up to be one of the greatest shows ever made.
Yeah.
And I think I'm definitely checking it out. We're no Last of Us anymore, no Handmaid's Tale, none of those. Right to this one.
Do you remember the name of the show?
It is called Thunderballs.
Thunderballs. That's right, Thunderballs. They changed it. Yeah, Thunderballs.
Thunderheart, wasn't that a Keanu?
It was Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. I love that movie.
Thunderheart was Val Kilmer, and Lionheart was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh yeah, well,
Lionheart. Great movie.
Hey, I missed you. Yeah, I'm coming. Don't worry, I'll be there.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'll be there for you. Hey,
oh,
how you doing now on this side?
Oh,
there you go. Nice to see you. Yeah. Hey, I gotta tell you, you're looking svelte.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
It's called wearing a black shirt. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Well, the good news is when you start your little channel you're gonna do with your musics, just know that this 1970s piece over here has my balls on them.
Thank you, Big Balls. All right. Thoughts on Ironheart, and this is my favorite part of this clip, is for people who've never seen this show ever and just found the Ironheart clip. You just saw a squirrel, some big old balls. All right, fine, he's a chipmunk. So thanks. Make sure you comment, click like, do all that. That is the Ironheart first reactions, first reviews. But I also don't think that show is going to really, that's the end of it. I think they're closing out all the shows that they had and all the things that they were working on in that time of the quantity over quality stuff. Because now it's just they're really focusing heavily on like the movies. What's the next series that they're doing? I know they're doing Wonder Man.
We've got that coming up, and
that was also part of that old regime, right? What have they announced anything new that's coming out?
See.
I don't think so, right?
Show slate.
I'm not sure.
Because Wonder Man is supposed to be moving forward and everything.
Right. Like Wonder Man, there's already a trailer and everything too. Oh, Vision Quest is the other one.
That's right, Vision Quest with Terry Metalis being the showrunner for that one.
Which makes sense in general that show would continue on because it's like the trilogy show, right? It's your WandaVision, you got Agatha, and now you have Vision Quest, and we still need to know what the hell happened to Vision since the events of WandaVision. So that to me makes sense. It's essentially like the third part of that. So that makes sense that you would go with that, and it's still a legacy character. So yeah, that to me, okay, I get why you would make that show. Other than that, I don't know if there's Eyes of Wakanda is another one.
It's a lot of the animated slate the rest of the year.
The zombie thing, which is I won't watch a frame of that. I won't watch a frame of it.
I hate Marvel zombies. I get so mad at them making Wolverine a zombie, and I push up my imaginary glasses and I'm like, that would never happen to Wolverine with his healing factor. Why would you do this?
But I don't.
It is there's a Marvel Zombicide board game that is actually quite fun. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That I enjoy, but I could agree with you on that.
I'm sure the game of it, and look, if you can do it on the cheap and it's just like a kind of a fun Halloween thing, I think that's when it's coming out. Then fine. But like I have no interest in seeing it like at all. Wakanda, Eyes of Wakanda, I'll check out to see how that plays into it, but nothing else is really moving the needle as far as the MCU goes, and I think that's all strategic, obviously. So we'll see.